So let's go to the next set here with Cameraman versus Varanas.
This is a game I'm excited to watch.
You are?
Yeah. Do you have the picks and bans? Let's get started off with those and I'll
I
discuss them
do, I
further.
do. Cameraman bans New Art Ballroom for 7, Varanas bans Courtyard 1, any for 6, typical. Cameraman bans Pub, any 3 of 5. Varanas also bans Courtyard 1 for 7. Definitely against Cameraman on the Courtyard 1 picks here. Cameraman picks New Art Veranda 5 of 8. Varanas picks Panop 5 of 8. Cameraman picks Pub, any 4 of 7, 16 guests. Varanas picks Gallery 4 of 8.
Big maps. Big maps.
Very big maps.
Classic maps. New Art Veranda shouldn't take away from the fact that Veranda is a classic map as far as I'm concerned.
Definitely, it's still Veranda.
Plays a bit differently.
Yeah.
And this set, let's get started and then I'll talk about its implications for Platinum. We'll get started in 3, 2, 1, go.
Varanas starting off as Summon Danger, going for that early flirt here. Gets a 51% green here. Very good start with lots of time here.
Yeah, so Platinum's been interesting. They've been playing their games, so we can really see who's coming up on top. And the nice thing about looking at the sets is Varanas has been a lot better as of recent. He had a rough start for the first couple games in SCL and has been
Yes.
on a tear recently.
Uh-huh.
He, with consistently having good results over the last 4 or 5 weeks, has put himself in a spot where he can actually contest with Slappy Davis and Warning Track for the top 2 spots. Meanwhile, Cameraman is a bit of a wild card because he plays aggressively and really can take a set off anybody if he plays well.
Yeah. Getting that 85% seduce in here for Varanas here. Green bookshelf, looking for possible transfer.
It's a fingerprint.
Fingerprint as well. It was a difficult one, so he greened it. That was a really nice one. The camera does see Salmon Danger leaving that area.
Yeah, if he tries to return this back to blue bookcase, I wonder if it's going to be noticed. I suspect that he won't. I suspect this will go to red bookcase. Though he's getting closer and closer to blue.
Oh, miss pads.
Is he not on the pad right now?
No, he missed it. Like he was
no.
struggling to get onto it. A good thing Cameraman was on the left side. Didn't particularly see it.
I thought it was a situation where you just miss the pad and you just stand there.
Stand there and hope for the best.
And really hope that there's not waiting for your animation to start because there isn't going to be one. No, he just had a bit of trouble getting to the pad, but it's Veranda. One thing that will get your shot though is if Cameraman knows where this book came from.
Doesn't look like it. Highlighting for statues at this point. Don't think he's gonna notice that book.
He eats the highlight.
Does eat and highlight. He goes for fingerprinted as well. Another difficult. Let's see what he gets here. And it's a red. He fails that one. Pathing here. That's a little bumpy right there. It's shot for the fingerprint, possibly.
I'd have to ask Cameraman, but given that you called out the pathing, I think microfilm's actually likely the most suspicious here. For he ate the highlight. I think Cameraman was just thinking about it, but there may have been something more finicky than just that.
Yeah. So the highlight at the book probably most likely killed him actually, because if he wasn't highlight, I don't think the pathing would have been noticed too much.
Yeah, either that or that highlight was just I'm a 99% sure highlight, and just fortunate that he didn't take the shot immediately. But we are not Cameraman, we do not know precisely, and so we shall move on to watch Cameraman's crazy little mind play some Veranda.
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
Cameraman playing as Monopoly Man here. Instantly takes control.
Isn't Monopoly Man Taft?
Who would you call this one then?
Uh, Andrew Ryan, right? Yeah,
Okay.
Disney, Andrew Ryan,
Oh, Disney, right.
Pencil Stash.
Gets
Um,
a instant cheese off. Gets a really good hardtail out of the way.
yeah,
I don't.
Cameraman does many things, but the consistent is that he is aggressive on the spy side. He's willing to do the cheesier of the plays, in this case, the microfilm. That
Yeah.
takes seconds, not minutes.
Hmm? Innocent watch check for cameraman here. Going straight to statues. Just inspecting. Gonna get highlight for being at statues here. Cycle Yeah, gets
Yeah,
highlight for that. ST's almost kind. Staying at place. It's a 29% flirt here.
yeah. That conversation is so small that even though he's like across from the ST, he still gets an almost full flirt. Like 29% for a white is not where you want to be necessarily, but he looks particularly unsuspicious despite the fact that he's getting a quality flirt.
Indeed. So Varanas just keeping an eye out on the entire map, not zooming in too much here.
Yeah, you can trust Varanas to be very solid. I think that's his defining factor. If you want to beat him, you have to play well. If you play poorly, you're very likely to get shot. Um, I don't think that he is as active as a player as Cameraman. I think Cameraman's going to have the bulk of the conversation because he's going to be doing crazy things like doing cheese microfilms.
Yeah,
And it's going to be on Cameraman to play well if he wants to win this game.
looks like he's going for a fake BB into Purloin here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
great for Purloin. It's a good thing. And then
that another statues already highlight for statues. I
where
do,
is Toby going?
I do believe.
Toby is doing it. I didn't know that was a thing. So apparently, Toby will go behind the curtain to feed a Purloin, or well, feed a drink. Yeah, he gets shot for the swap, by the way.
Yeah, definitely.
Actually, Nick, can we go back to what would be the like 120, and then just watch Toby try and give a drink to our
Ah,
Duke character? Yeah, it's like 118 or so.
that looks so weird. I guess that's legal unless Checker says anything about that.
Yeah, so he's hiding behind the curtain, and then of course it gets rejected, so we don't get to see him put his hand through the curtain to grab it. But I've never seen that before, and I'm not sure if we want to call that a bug or not. I just find it super interesting. Good job, Varanas, for shooting the swap, but MVP here is definitely Toby.
Okay, so let's see. On to what looks like to be Panop here.
Yeah, Panopticon, 5 of 8.
5 of 8, Varanas starting a spy.
Yeah, we'll get started in 3, 2, 1, go.
Starting a spy on Dress here. That early seduced definitely. Or not.
It would
A
have been
weird move.
a bit of a pile up if he decided to take that flirt because Plaid's there. I don't disagree with the decision. He's trying to Jedi mind trick his seduction
Does
target to
stop
stand
too
next to him.
early. He does stop too early there.
Oh no, he can cycle over to the flirt now. He's fine.
Yeah. Was alone, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Varanas can correct me. but I'm pretty sure he was trying to predict where the seduction target would go, which is one of my favorite things to do when you're not tailing them, but you're still trying to trick the seduction target to go into your spot. And all too often, I'll end up bumping into the seduction target, and then they decide to repath somewhere far away, and I get really sad about everything.
Well, you did bump into them. Why would they want you? You're very rude.
It's called flirting. It's like
Of course.
it's playground flirting.
Play flirting, okay.
If I hit you, it's because I like you, right? That's what 7-year-old kids think. So therefore, it should also apply to Spy Party.
Okay, so the 68% flirt comes off though. I do not. I don't know what happened, but for me, sometimes the Spy Party game actually clicks out. So I do believe he just lost control from Spy Party that one instant, so it didn't keep walking.
I'm
Can
gonna I'm,
Varanas
I'm gonna
confirm
I'm,
that?
I'm gonna blame a pet. As 100% dog jumped on his lap and pressed the bug button there because that was funny. I enjoyed that. He didn't get seen, by the way. Penop is a monster of a map, and Cameraman was looking at something else.
Yes, I do believe that if he did get that bug off and he was actually planning for it, I do believe he would have been in a really good position for that.
He already is. He's got 3 missions done.
Two
The Purloin
missions,
likely has a lot of heat on him, but he just needs to finish one now that he's finished up the flirt.
of course. Minute 40 left.
Yeah,
Gets shot.
Cameraman has a bit more suspicion than I was under the impression Varanas was on. Good shot all around. I'm gonna see if he had a vision on that bug.
Bug happened.
Yeah, it was out like 240.
Banana bread.
Was when
40
the moving started.
starts and then not definitely not in view.
Yeah, no view at all. That being said, I think the Purloin is likely what did him in. Green Purloin, while strong, put it onto a short list. And he
Yeah,
actually got highlight right before for the statue too.
yeah. Going to
Good.
statues isn't really, but middle statues
bread.
especially.
Yeah, Cameraman with both of his shots have been quite aggressive, which is not untypical for him. And for him, fortunately, in this case, it very much the spy and a very good shot. The next game is going to be the Cameraman on spy side. We'll get started in 3, 2, 1, go.
Cameraman picking OJ. That was definitely intentional at this point. Give Varanas. Does highlight Toby though.
Why do we call her OJ? I mean, short for orange juice or someone like
No.
OJ Simpson, but it'd be OD. Not that OD has very many good abbreviations.
OD isn't that good. I think OJ is just easier.
Purloin's gone off and he's taken a highlight. It's going to be a tough win.
Yeah, definitely. Don't know where he would be going right now.
Those paintings are fantastic. That's the best painting portion of
Very,
for sure.
very, cyan, very intellectual colors. The blue bookcase. How many highlights does he have here? One. He only has one, I think.
The Ambassador doesn't really count. He's a highlight for keeping an eye on. He is literally the only highlight.
Yes, indeed. That's not a good sign at this point, since he's only. Yeah, he's gonna look for that transfer. I do believe he was trying to bait it out as well by moving it away.
Getting highlight against Varanas is particularly bad.
Yeah, he was definitely baiting that transfer with his camera, with his laser, pointing at a pole.
Yeah, hashtag always shoot orange.
Hashtag orange shoot orange dress. Let's.
Yeah, no, OD is short for like overdose. It's clearly.
That's a very negative connotation. Yes.
Yeah, OJ is also not correct. Let's just call her by her real name, Miss Volpez.
Okay.
That's a
I
terrible
actually
one.
didn't know that.
Yeah, well, I mean, Surveillance is by far the best one, but I can't open Spy Party games on the stream. That's not how it works. But I'm excited to see the dossiers for the new art characters. I want to see, or even potentially have an opportunity to name the characters something more interesting than Mr. A and Mrs. B.
Yeah, of course. Possibly going for the ethnicity background as well.
Oh no, I want the Seek to just be named Steve.
Hi, my name is Bob.
My name's Bob. I'm a spy.
Okay, so let's move on to Pub 4 of 7 for Varanas Spy.
Yeah, we'll get started. 3, 2, 1, go.
Varanas playing as Irish here.
Yeah, Karen.
Aaron. Sure. Uh 44% here.
Yeah, low lighting Bob for being VA. Good low light.
Very good, very good.
No,
Uh,
the other interesting thing, apparently Toby's meant to be a lady in future games. I think,
Ooh.
yeah, I think
That would
there's
actually make more sense since it would be a waitress and not a bartender
well,
at the
let,
other
let's not
places.
let's not be sexist here.
Maybe you can
Both
have
genders can be.
maybe you can have a male and female Toby.
No, we can't have two lists going around. That'd be
No,
awful.
no, for different maps.
Oh,
Like
okay.
for pub, maybe Toby is the bartender, and maybe for, let's say, gallery, it could be a female.
For anybody who's
Other stuff.
new to Spy Party, enjoying our streams or enjoying the VODs, I do want to point out it's a very small crew who makes the game, and having two waiters would probably be more of an unnecessary ask when we have other priorities. For example, we want new maps too. I'm excited for new Courtyard 2, new Panop, so it isn't so bright. A
Yeah.
gallery eventually should have some amazing pictures.
Yes. And Varanas here delegating his list as well as probably finishing. Oh no, ST just decides to leave.
Yeah, Verana's being very kind and not doing much here when we are having a chatty conversation. He's
Definitely.
making his first big play here and delegating the Purloin here shortly. I jumped the gun to the ambassador of all people.
That's gonna be a weird purloin there.
Yeah, so I've never actually thought of this play until now. Even if this doesn't take, you're then sending the ambassador to go get a drink, which you can then fingerprint.
Banana bread.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. So you have some sort of purloin goes off anyways, but that is a very good idea, getting the ambassador to print the drink for you.
Yeah,
But it looks like he might do something else because I don't think a minute is good enough time to not be suspicious and get two fingerprint.
yeah, he's gonna have to statue. He's doing it immediately, and he was the first highlight when the purloin went off,
Yeah.
which gives me the instinct that this is gonna be a shot.
Yep,
Yeah.
that is indeed the shot there. 7 seconds left to win, but no chance. Ernest gets shot.
Yeah, I think my instinct is leaving it as late as possible, like picking up the statue and doing inspect at like 7 seconds or something would have been best case. Because he had too much heat. There were 14 lowlights. He was the only highlight.
Yeah, definitely, because it can't be the ambassador because I do believe that Cameraman did notice that Amba did take the list.
Oh, yeah,
And
absolutely.
Cameraman Varanas was the only one with the ambassador at the end there. That was,
There were a couple of highlights to which he then later neutral light, and there's a lot of low lights. Cameraman was on the ball, and score check here. Cameraman's up 3-2. Is it all sniper wins so far?
looks like it so far.
Well, let's play some Spy Party, not some Sniper Party. Let's see if we can get a spy win here on the run back of Pub 4-7 let's get started. 3, 2, 1, go.
Camera playing as Irish. Well, trying to go for that chaos bug does not go off. Does ask for a simple drink here.
So what is Damon's job at this party?
He's
It's clearly not. It's clearly not security. If he's trying to, or a bodyguard, he's never jumped in front of a bullet. Toby's better at jumping in front of a bullet. I'm gonna say.
Probably at this pub it looks like a bouncer, but I don't think
Yeah, but he
that's
lets
doing
everybody
anything.
in, and they're
Maybe
all
maybe they're
potentially
all on the
spies.
list. Maybe they're all on the list.
There is one person in this party who Damon can go. They are good to go, and he doesn't even watch the list. If he wants to see if someone's not on the list, he needs to turn around and look at that list.
That'd be an interesting game concept. Actually, getting Damon to actually have the list, and a steal would be close to a bug. That'd be really cool.
Cameraman has got the Perlin off, by the way, and
Yes.
oh,
Gets highlight for it though.
Just got a highlight. I think has to be the Perlin. I don't see anything
Yeah,
else that's been
so
done.
he's low lighting as well for the pro line, definitely.
Yeah, this is taking his time with the lowlights, which I do not mind, because lowlighting a spy when you're trying to remind yourself of who potentially had an alibi or who never went to bar, you don't want to mess that up. It's a miserable way to lose.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
Gets 2 more lowlights from that BB, but
and unfortunately, he just made himself more suspicious. The SDA's standing straight next to him.
yep.
I think from Varanas' side, like anybody other than Cameraman's character and the character I call Mom.
You cut out. You cut out there.
Everybody else looks Cameraman and Mom. I
Yeah.
don't think anybody else here is particularly suspicious. He has a highlight on Red Dress, and Red Dress just got neutral lit.
Probably because of going to a phone conversation there.
She's not doing anything.
Yeah, definitely.
Cameraman's not even gulping the drink, so he could potentially have the bug. This big
Cameraman definitely hoping for a wrong shot here.
Yeah, this looks. I mean, it looks like a frame on Red Dress, if anything.
Banana bread.
With a fake banana bread here.
Red Dress gets highlight again. But
Yeah,
I do believe Varanas is a patient sniper. Do you think so as well?
Yeah, Varanas isn't one to get like as I said there. If someone hasn't finished missions, I think I trust Varanas more than most players. He's very solid.
Yeah, he's just gonna let Cameraman time out here.
Red Dress goes into conversation and talks really quickly, but it only looks like a flirt if he's at 80-something% and he's flirting with the one character in that conversation who's not the DA.
Yeah.
It's not a good look. And yeah, Cameraman drops the game as a spy timeout. Our first of the night.
Indeed.
Yeah, for any new players that happen to be in chat or watching the VOD, the spy has the impetus. They have to do missions or have a shot go off. If it reaches 0 time, then the spy wins, and that's what happened here. Is Cameraman did one suspicious thing in the purloin and then didn't do anything else, and Varanas is patient enough to let the game go on to a timeout.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. On to gallery.
Yeah, gallery had 6 sniper wins. Gallery 4-8. I mean, spies can win. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go.
Varanas playing as green polka dot. Definitely looking for that ST here.
Yeah, if they continue on with this pattern, we're moving into overtime, which I have no problem with, but I'm hoping that one of them has a spicy pick
for the maps.
for overtime, because right now it's sniper dominated game.
I see. 51%, and ST is really kind and leaves right away.
I think it was Varanas himself actually who picked my favorite overtime that we've seen, which was 20-person Courtyard 2. Courtyard 2 is already pretty balanced. Like it's 53% last time I checked in this season of SCL for sniper wins. But
Yes.
if you add a couple people, I'm not sure what the precise number should be, but it can make it very balanced. And you want to have the idea should be that the opponent is impartial between your two choices. They
Yes.
shouldn't know if they want to spy or snipe.
And
That's
Varanas decides to bug, and it's definitely in complete view. Cameraman doesn't seem to have noticed it at this moment.
yeah. I feel Cameraman's not the sort to hold a highlight off. I think we can be pretty confident in saying that Varanas got away with it, and that's a hard tell. A banana bread, finish off this flirt, and then something else, and we can have a spy win here.
Bet he didn't flirt earlier with the ST when he was right beside him. Let's see here. Looks like a Purline coming off, maybe?
Yeah, he's got a ton of cover
Nope.
if he wants it.
Never mind. Just take a drink.
If he wants to, he could gulp this drink and then take a fingerprint, but I think that's probably not kosher play.
Yeah. That'd be a very interesting play, actually. Did fail the fingerprint at the blue bookshelves, though.
Yeah, unfortunately, this flirt that he absolutely needs is not really an option. The seduction target is like crowded in, and that conversation would be really hard to stuff himself in.
Yeah, of course.
Bread.
Banana bread here is good, but
Benabik gets three low lights, looks like.
yeah, Varanas is gonna need to either do two hard
Behind the
sells.
back bug?
Behind the back buck would
No.
do the trick.
No, never mind. Goes to statues instead. Yeah,
Swap?
it's swap, and he's highlight for it though.
Yeah, swapping the
It's a
front
green swap.
Yeah, swapping the front statue is the braver of the two plays. I think you can get away with it. Is he gonna just turn around? Yeah, he just pretends like he bounced off so he can stay near the seduction target.
Yeah.
Seduction target then goes a different direction. All the phones are going off.
Yeah,
And
phones are going off. Let's see here. Oh,
stuff himself in there.
get the
he
green.
whites it.
No, he
No.
whites it. Wrong shot.
Ooh,
Wrong shot.
no. Shots being
He's lining
lined
it up. He's lining it up.
Time
It's a
goes
time
off.
ad. Oh no, that time ad actually. I think he was gonna shoot for overtime actually.
Yeah, he was. That was.
So
an
if there
overtime
was
shot.
no overtime, yeah, okay.
The unfortunate thing here is that swap never went off.
Yeah.
So nobody could get shot for the swap, and the time ad when it happened, Cameraman's very much on it, which puts him winning a game that Varanas had a very strong position, and then I think the big thing that happened is he didn't want to get into that conversation that was overly full next to the seduction target, and if he had greened the flirt, obviously he's in a much better spot, but as we've said there with the peers games and everything, breeding flirts is not something you want to rely on at the end of the game.
No, definitely not. Definitely not something you want to do with like less than.
Well, yeah, he was at 10 seconds when he did it, and
yeah,
as a result, had no option but to time ad.
Yeah.
We're on match point. Either we're going to move into overtime or we're going to see Cameraman take the set, which he's below Varanas in the division. I wouldn't call it a major upset, but it would shake things up in Platinum for sure. And we'll get started. 3, 2, 1, go.
Cameraman playing as brown dress here. Not gonna be the third person at a bookshelf. Definitely was thinking about seducing though.
He's AI controlled, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure he's thinking about anything. Let's see here. Banana Bread's already lining up if he wants to go hang out with the real DA.
Yeah.
I think this is
Chasing the ST here.
yeah, this is definitely the right thing to do. Is
Oh
go chase
no,
the
the ST got bounced around.
okay
It's
statues.
highlight for statues though.
Yeah, so compared to our game earlier, we were watching 4-7 and specs were taking off. We're gonna end up with a lot more highlights this game than
Yeah.
we would see in that 4-7 game. The swap and one inspect and bail
This
out
practice to
is
reset the windows and it was too late. Green swap is on though. And
that's on camera.
animation was definitely on camera. I don't know if he saw it, but it was a highlight who picked it up. Does he see
Yeah,
it now? Varanas not even caring at this point? Or is he trying to on cameraman to think he was got away with the
Banana
swap?
bread.
BB goes off. 3, 4,
yeah.
5. 5 low lights.
I think you might just low light everybody who's not. Yeah, he doesn't know about the swap. The green Purloin is very aggressive given he's already had the swap.
Yeah, two hardtails is quite an interesting idea here.
This is don't no.
He's gonna take it. He's gonna take the drink.
I, as soon as Toby was walking towards him, I would have liked to see Cameraman just run away and not have to make that decision because you can't win that decision. Either you take
And
it
it goes
and then
off. Low lights her for it. Let's see what
oh,
happens here.
did he just get the swap? Like those are the two people left who swapped, and now the Purloin's gone off and Red Tie hasn't been anywhere near a drink.
Oh,
Yeah. Varanas in chat. What happened here? A bit embarrassed. He thought he noticed the statue sooner. He's in the right here though. A very strong lowlights, despite the fact that that was like a minute off the original time. He's still got the lowlights and then made the conclusion correctly of who could have purloined, even though
definitely.
Cameraman was doing some sneaky grab a drink during the reject chain, which has I think thrown off all of us at least once.
Yeah, that is an indeed interesting.
It's incredibly Cameraman. Watching Cameraman play on the spy side is always entertaining and sometimes educational. We're in overtime. Let's see here. Do you want to explain the overtime rules?
Okay, so for overtime, it's the last person who plays spy gets to pick any map, any orientation, any I guess any number of missions. So it looks like at this point it was who was last spy actually.
Cameraman.
So cameraman chose 5 of 8 on New Art Veranda,
With max people, same time as always, 4 minutes.
and Varanas picks sniper. So thus we are watching cameraman spy on 5 of 8 on New Art Veranda. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready for this. I think Varanas took the right choice in choosing sniper, given they've been so dominant on the sniper side. But given they've already played Veranda, I think Cameraman felt like he should have won that first game, and that's why he's probably comfortable with picking Veranda instead of say the pick I would have perhaps suspected Courtyard 1.
Yes.
Given Courtyard 1 has been his baby and it was banned this game. Getting started. 3, 2, 1, go.
Cameraman playing as Rocker here. Bookshelves here.
Yeah, the one thing I would expect out of this game, behaviorally, is a long game. I don't think we're gonna see any like particularly overly aggressive plays, at least compared to what we've seen from Cameraman here in
Yeah.
earlier games.
Cameraman. Here, how much? Oh no, no. It was ST leaves. A good. Does have a book though. Gonna go red. He's gonna go red.
This is a good return given Varanas' angle. He doesn't see the bookcase.
Well, it's
Banana bread.
gonna get a red B here. That means Varanas can lowlight everyone on his side because no one coughed.
Yeah, so he was watching the right side, and takes every low light he saw. He had no chance of seeing the banana bread because he didn't have an angle on cameraman.
Yeah,
But
the cough helped him lowlight the other SDA at least.
yeah, if it wasn't for the red test, that would have been the strongest BB I think I've ever seen on this veranda map. You can't necessarily see that the other conversations are full because
Yeah,
they're around the corner, but
definitely.
almost everybody was in conversation. You didn't get any lowlights that weren't from the
Red BB.
red BB. Cameraman in a good spot. He's getting another fingerprint here with now gone around the world and touched all the bookcases. He has good cover though. Veranda, especially the new veranda, if you are
Oh,
doing,
that was a really weird path there.
he's fine. He's not dead.
Not dead yet. Yeah, that was very suspicious. He is though sandwiching between SD and the J and SD and with 85%. He only needs one more fingerprint and the last final seduce. He does walk through conversation though, but Varanas is on the other side.
Yeah,
Possibly doesn't see it.
the one thing I want to see from Cameraman as this game comes to a conclusion is being in eyesight of the ambassador. If ambassador takes a drink, for example, I
Yeah,
want Cameraman on it. I don't want him to drop an opportunity here.
he finishes seduce here.
Briefcase might be the thing that he is most likely to get, but Toby's getting close to the ambassador if ambassador wants to take a drink.
Minute left. Oh, is Amba gonna take a drink here? And he does.
Airman's on it too. He's gonna request a drink here immediately after, and it looks natural. It doesn't look like it's Toby going out of his way to give him a drink.
No, it was right beside each other.
He's
Gonna get that fingerprint down. Still needs
unless
one
he
more mission. 30
unless he
seconds
bugs,
left.
he's gonna need to finish this drink. He's taking a bug path, but does not take the bug. This is very tense. This is my most favorite. There we go. Good English. This is my favorite game that we've had so far because Cameraman has an option. If it's going to come down to swap, then I'm not sure if Cameraman's on. Yeah,
It's the highlight for being
he's
statues.
just getting the highlight now. And that's a green swap.
Ooh,
goodness.
that's not a good idea. That's absolutely gonna get a shot.
Oh goodness.
It's an overtime shot as well. Wait,
No.
what's happening here?
Oh no.
What's happening here? The overtime right now? Or is overtime here? Yeah, definitely. Get shot. He was also purloining, which was another weird thing.
No. So, taking a purloin there is one way to make it. Why would you purloin there? Is really the question. If someone else greened a purloin and then you take the purloin and the animation isn't seen, then it looks like you can possibly have been the spy. Unfortunately, you didn't do the purloin before the swap actually happened, so the beeping started when the swap happened, and he was already
On that side.
he was already being lined up for the shot before the silence of post zero occurred. I like the purloin idea, but unfortunately Toby just took a bit too long to get to him.
Well, that was overtime game 1. Let's move on to game 2 of the overtime.
What a game, though.
Seems like
yeah, Varanas doing what I said he's done previously. Courtyard to 20 people.
Courtyard to 20 people with 4 of 7 here.
Yeah.
And Cameraman was confident enough to pick Sniper with the 20 people.
I think based on like perception, people think Courtyard 2 is a lot more sniper biased than it statistically ends up being.
Hmm.
I did the math at like week 5, and Courtyard 2 ended up being like 53% sniper win rate, which is
Yes.
really balanced compared to some of our other maps.
Yep.
Adding 5 people probably makes it spy biased, at least against most players. I wouldn't want to be on the spy side against someone like Kaylee who doesn't really mind if it's 15 or 20 people. He still can watch them all, but I think this is a really good pick by Varanas for overtime, and I'm happy to see someone being clever about it.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see here. Let's get started. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh no, there's so many people.
Yeah, there's way too many people. No, no one was in like for a chaos bug there.
Yeah, no chaos bug, no chaos swap. We're gonna have a real game of Courtyard 2, and Varanas taking innocent drinks. Good on him.
Going to double agent here. Oh, what was that pathing? He gets low lit for it.
Cameraman, why would you do that pathing? And the answer is Varanas messed up, and Cameraman goes, "Well, that was dumb." There wasn't any like sort of redirect explanation though. There's no briefcase over there. There's nobody that took his spot, and Cameraman still rewards it. I don't blame him, but he's gonna need a large.
Yeah.
Something has to happen if he's gonna relight Varanas.
Well,
I think.
let's.
Yeah, go for it.
Is cameraman even in the chat here? Can he explain himself? Not sure he is, but Varanas does go to statues though. That definitely can get him relight quite quickly.
Yeah, Varanas saying in the chat that he was convinced this is a highlight, and I don't think that's incorrect. The real question is here is he going to get highlight for the statue? He didn't get seen for the statue. He didn't. Varanas very good from my games playing with
1%
him.
here.
Varanas is very good at noticing when a sniper is not rotating their laser enough and going to the statue on the other side to either do the inspector swap. And given that he's playing in the mindset that he's already highlight for pathing,
Yeah.
he's making plays, which I think is where you need to be when snipers have won 9 games in a row.
Definitely. So here we have a very quite typical here, possibly getting for a purloin here.
Is this a request, or is Toby just going across town to do this?
Do you believe that was a request? Don't see the request though, so I think he literally just went across town.
You just got shot for the red BB, I'm sorry. And... Huh. Either this was a clever frame on Plaid here, or Cameraman let the nerves get to him, because I'm not sure necessarily the logic behind that shot, but congrats to Varanas for clutching it out.
Definitely. Well, Varanas wins 6-4 here.
Yeah, that continues his streak. We're gonna move into later, like these last few games in Platinum, where it's gonna be Track, Slappy, and Varanas fighting for the top 2 spots.
Definitely
And
here.
that's gonna be interesting. I'm excited to watch these last few games. And then people like Cameraman, if it wasn't abundantly clear, along with Drawn, can put up a fight against anybody. Sharper's had a bit of trouble, but even Sharper has had bright spots. He took a tie against Slappy that was a bit out of the regular proceedings that we've had in Platinum. It's a very interesting division. What's our last game? I believe it's yours, actually.
Yeah,
down in
it's
Copper.
mine. It's mine down in Copper